Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Bank Shot Breakdown. We're going to go over 3 college basketball games for Wednesday, March 19th, 2025. Now if you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Put your college basketball picks in the comments section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, including my top play in college hoops, that's my Bank Shot Best Bet. You can find those at the premium picks tab at pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alrighty, here we go. Here are the games for Wednesday in college hoops. First up, we have Samford and George Mason. This one is going to be 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on ESPN+. Now, George Mason's a team we faded quite a bit towards the end of the regular season. I personally faded George Mason in the championship game in the A-10. Unfortunately, George Mason was able to cover in that one, losing by just 5. But you look at those regular season games, we were on a run there, fading George Mason, VCU, Fordham, Duquesne, LaSalle, Richmond, all getting covers for us, whether it was on the Bank Shot Breakdown or in the premium area for me. And, while I'd love to go against George Mason in this spot, I actually think they do match up well here offensively at the least. I think that this is actually going to be a competitive game. I could see the Patriots finding a way to cover, but I'd rather just take the over. I think both teams really match up well when it comes to what they look to do offensively. Samford, not a great defensive team to begin with. They're ranked outside the top 200 in adjusted defensive efficiency. They force a lot of turnovers, and that should bode well for their offense on the other side, but they're also not a great defensive rebounding team. They take a ton of fouls. That's a big problem. George Mason gets to the line a ton. They should live at the free throw line in this ball game. I think they'll draw a lot of contact. They're decent free throw shooting teams, so look for George Mason to try to slow the game down a bit. But Samford's going to look to do the opposite. They're a very fast-paced team. They're an excellent shooting team. I think they have the backcourt advantage in this game. And for that reason, I think both teams score plenty of points in different ways. Samford will be the run and gun three-point barrage. George Mason, more of a slow the game down, get a lot of free throws, probably 25, 30 plus, and score those points that way. So give me the over in this one between Samford and George Mason. Next up, we have Xavier and Texas in the Midwest region. This is the 11-seed playing game, 9:10 Eastern on True TV. Now, this may not be my favorite game from a betting perspective, but I had to talk about it on the breakdown because I know a lot of people are going to be tuning in. Very excited for this game and for good reason. This is a great matchup. I think these are pretty much even teams, but I do give the advantage to Xavier. And when you look at this team, overall, I do think they're a little bit more balanced. Both teams I think were underrated this year. Xavier, for me, though, very experienced roster. Both teams are pretty experienced, but Xavier, one of the most in the country. They're an excellent three-point shooting team, excellent free throw shooting team. They're a little bit more balanced scoring. Trey Johnson is an absolute superstar, and that would be the reason why I'd be a little bit hesitant in backing Xavier is because Johnson's the type of guy that could go on a historic run in a tournament like this, and if he puts up 25, 30 points, which he very well could, I think Xavier's going to have problems winning this game, let alone covering this spread. So that would be the only reason I've been a little bit hesitant because I do think Trey Johnson at any point, we looked at this, this season, he had monster games with the Longhorns. He was basically their offense. And while I do think Texas is a little bit underrated defensively, I don't think there's going to be enough here for Texas to keep up. And another thing is Texas takes a lot of fouls defensively. They do have discipline issues. Xavier, that's their bread and butter at getting to the free throw line. They're a top 10 free throw shooting team. That could be a big problem for them late, or big problem for Texas late in this game. I'm going to go with Xavier and lay the points, but it should be a great game. I'll be watching as a fan. Next up, we have Utah Valley and San Francisco in the NIT. I think this is going to be a fun game. It's going to be 11 p.m. Eastern on ESPNU. I think Utah Valley is a live dog in this one. I'm going to take the points and money line. Now, if Grand Canyon was not in the WAC, I think Utah Valley was going to be on its way to an NCAA tournament berth. Grand Canyon is a very experienced roster. They were in the tournament last year. So it was a tough matchup in that championship game, but Utah Valley still played pretty competitive ball. Down the stretch, they were down by double digits, but they didn't let up, and they found a way to get the game down to 4 points at one point. So, for me, with Utah Valley, just a balanced team. They get to the free throw line. They're not a great free throw shooting team, but they're still a disciplined team defensively, good rebounding team, top 10 in the country in two-point defense. They score a lot of their points via two-point field goals, and for San Francisco, that's a problem. They give up a lot of points in the paint. This season they're ranked 235th in two-point defense. I think Utah Valley is going to be able to score sustainable buckets in this game. I would lean towards the over, and I like Utah Valley plus the points and a sprinkle on the money line as well. And that's it. Those are the games for Wednesday in college basketball. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. As always, this is Romanelli. Good luck.